this might be a little rough, so I'm just gonna say it. Most men today are weak, and if you're watching this, hopefully you're not one of them. The reality is this: we lack discipline. Men have little to no leadership skills, they have little to no confidence, and almost no sense of direction. They're soft, and the reality is it's not entirely their fault, but it sure as hell our responsibility to fix it. So I've seen it firsthand where, guys will talk a big game. They have this overinflated sense of ability and confidence, but when the pressure comes, they just absolutely crumble. These are the guys who chase comfort instead of a challenge, and that comfort comes into a bottle, comes in a can, comes into whatever vice that they're working on. They let life beat them down instead of rising up to the challenge. And the reality is, guys, if this pisses you off, then good, because today we're talking about why most men are weak. More importantly, how to fix it. How did this happen? How did men become weak? Why did I even get on this panel about talking about it? And the reality is, I looked at when my gym got raided, and I've talked about this a lot in the past. When my gym got raided, I was blown away. I was just like, how could this happen? No warrant, complete Fourth Amendment violation. I'm like, how did our country happen? And the reality is I believe that all of that happened that year in 2020 because men lacked the intestinal fortitude to stand up for what's right. And I'm not saying that there wasn't men that didn't, but us as collectively, if you look at men, fathers, leaders in the community in the 60s and beyond, it was very different than it is today. Let's be real, that this is not the same world our grandfathers lived in. Those men were built different. And I'm not saying they didn't have their own issues. My grandfather had his own issues, but he was a man's man. They worked hard, they provided, and they led by example through their actions. But somewhere along the way, men got soft. And here's the reason why. Society has told men, and this is to keep in mind, this is a whole freaking plan. Like all of this is very planned out. The opposition, society, or like you want to say society, the government, whatever it is, they want to make us fat, sick, and distracted. Why? Because if I want to take over a country, I'm not worried about the women and children. I'm not worried about the elderly. I'm worried about the men. But if I can distract you, I can make you passive. I can make you sick. Boom, we can pull a 2020 and you're not going to do anything about it. You're just going to fold like a deck of cards. So society has told us to be passive. We're told to be less aggressive, tone it down. Masculinity is all of a sudden now it's been, and this has been going on for years now. It's been treated like something toxic instead of a source of strength. And if you look at where children are being raised, it's, medical, predominantly female, teachers, predominantly female, caregivers, predominantly female. So it doesn't look like we have a toxic masculinity problem. We have a lack of masculinity problem. Masculinity is a source of strength and stability, not toxic. Those two words don't go together. Men are encouraged to be passive, avoid confrontation, seek comfort. This is where things are happening. You think that the warriors in history were worried about being too aggressive? No, absolutely not. That was never even brought up. They knew that masculinity isn't the problem, that weak men are the problem. Being soft is the problem. Not having core values is the problem. Not being able to stand for something. Comfort has replaced hardship. Most men today have never truly been tested physically or mentally. It's haven't. This day and age, you can be born and you can die with never really pushing yourself. It's just the world that we live in now. Everything is about convenience, everything about ease. Our clothes are comfortable, our work can be comfortable, hell, we don't even have to leave the house to get freaking groceries anymore. We can have them delivered. Hell, Amazon's trying to figure out how you can just order groceries on Amazon and they'll put them in your damn fridge for you. Everything is about ease and comfort over growth. From everything from, just playing video games, finger fucking your iPhone, junk food, laziness, it is just rampant. And the reality is, without struggle, there is no strength. So when I was in special operations, I saw firsthand what it truly meant to be tested. I mean, like, to your soul. This is a volunteer thing, and you had to go through something that was going to test your will. Not just physical endurance. It was about your mental toughness. It was about your discipline. It was about your ability to handle the pressure without breaking. And I remember, I can distinctly remember times where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And the reality is, I did. And everybody thinks about quitting in the pool, on a ruck run, on an op, on a PT session. Everybody thinks about quitting. And the real ones are the ones who put that thought aside and push forward anyway. And that's where real mental toughness comes from. But most men today, they don't even know what real pressure feels like. That's the reality. The other thing, they have weak role models and absolutely no brotherhood. no tribe. Men today are living on an island unto themselves, living a life, as Henry Thoreau said, living a life of quiet desperation. That was in the 1850s. And still today, in 2025, men find themselves isolated, living on an island by themselves, living a life of quiet desperation. We're not meant to be that way. We're meant to have a tribe. We're meant to be part of a brotherhood. We're meant to be pushed by other like-minded people that have strong male mentors. The reality is they're left to figure out masculine on their own, and most of the time they get it wrong. We have society and the opposition has put a system in place where our fathers are jacked up, every man's jacked up, and we have this, like if a man wants to learn how to be a good leader, a good provider, a good protector, you have to start over. There's no transfer of generational wisdom. Now, in some families there are, very few, where they have a great grandfather, a great father, and a great son, and that son becomes a great father and he leads that way. But that's what we need to get back to. We need to get back to men owning their shit, being these strong leaders that are leading by example and that are passing this generational wisdom down to the other. And one of the reasons why, that I've never really talked about this, is the reason why I make these videos is I have so many videos on this platform and on the internet to where when I pass on, I'll have talked about these subjects ad nauseum that my generation, my son, my kids, my daughters, my grandkids, my kids' kids, my grandkids' kids will be able to go like, let me go learn from my grandfather and great grandfather who has put all this content out there. That's what I'm talking about. A transfer of generational wisdom. Men thrive in strong communities. Without it, you drift. As Napoleon Hill, I highly recommend reading Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, or listening on Audible. It's actually better. But without it, they drift. They lose direction and they become weak emotionally and disconnected from their purpose. Here are 5 signs that you're a weak man. Lean in for this one. You avoid conflict instead of facing it head on. You become passive. You want to say, oh, it's none of my business, so I won't get involved. So you avoid conflict instead of just heading it dead on, speaking candidly and dealing with it. And the reality is people will respect you more for dealing with it. You rely on motivation instead of discipline. Motivation is like doing a line of cocaine. It's great. It's awesome. But then it's gonna fade, and now what? Discipline is one of the bedrock foundations of the Agoge, and the reason why is because every world champion, every Olympic gold medalist got there because of discipline. They didn't train when they were only motivated. They trained every single day, regardless of how they felt, because they instilled discipline, because that's how freaking warriors are made. That's how greatness is made. That's how world champions are made. You know, you don't get to the Olympics by just training when you're motivated. Nope, it's all discipline. Third thing, you let your emotions control you instead of mastering them. If you are a man that is constantly reacting to his emotions and he can't control them, you're never gonna go anywhere. That's just the way that it goes. You have to master your emotions. I've talked about this with my son. He's been on here on this. We've done a podcast and we've talked about it. I'm like, your emotions are up here. We need to get them down here. He'll even call me out or call his mom out on that. You consume more than you create. We are in a consumption world, man. We consume way too much food. We consume way too much media. We can just consume too much instead of creating. If you're a man that is a strong man, you are creating more than you're consuming. And the last thing, you chase pleasure. You chase pleasure. You chase the feel-good thing instead of your purpose. That's straight up outwitting the devil. I mean, men are chasing pornography, drinking, drugs, gambling, whatever is going to make them feel good in that moment. This is the reason why an alcoholic continues to drink, right? You would think, hey, I'm going to get one bottle, I'm finally going to satiate it, and I'm good. No. What do? They keep freaking drinking. Pleasure is a black hole that you can never fill. The only way to fill that void is with purpose. When you start living with purpose, that's when you get satisfaction. That's when you can actually fill that void. Stop chasing pleasure and start chasing purpose. I remember when I was younger, I thought that success would just come to me. I was waiting for motivation. I was waiting for this right moment. But guess what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened because I wasn't leading. I wasn't taking control, and I was letting life happen to me instead of stepping up and leading. When I became the CEO of my own life, the captain of my own ship, that's when things happen. So what do we do? How do we fix it? Josh and I talked about about this years ago. We're like, what are the pillars of the Agoge? Like, what do we stand for? First one was fitness. I believe that fitness is a gateway drug for success. Why? Well, because you're delayed gratification. You're doing this thing every single day, regardless of how you feel, to strengthen your body. And you don't get fit or don't look good naked within one training session, right? You have to get up and do this thing on repeat for this gratification that's going to come weeks, months later. So that's the reason why. Develop physical strength and mental toughness. And you do that by physically training yourself on a daily basis, no matter what. So you have to like train your weak body. By doing that and doing it when you don't feel like it, your mind becomes stronger, physical body becomes stronger, and then you push yourself daily. Number two, you stop seeking comfort and you start seeking struggle. What's the challenge? What are you working towards? And maybe if you don't have one, like set the date, do the challenge, do the Spartan race, come to one of our retreats, do something that's going to take you outside of your comfort zone and it's going to put you in this struggle bus. That is going to cause you to grow. So challenge yourself daily. Even if it's like taking a cold shower, I get in the cold plunge every day and I hate it. I still hate it. But I know that if I don't do it, when I do it, it's going to be way worse. So I just do it fucking daily. Train yourself when you don't feel like it. Regardless, stop seeking comfort. Do hard things. Do hard over easy every single day. And because you do that, you'll become stronger mentally and physically. And the third thing is, man, guys, you're not meant to be an island to yourself. You're not meant to live a life of quiet desperation. Find a brotherhood or find a tribe that resonates with you and surround yourself with these kind of individuals. If you hang out with weak men, you're gonna be a fucking weak man. If you hang out with a bunch of killers and a bunch of fit dads, you're gonna be a fit dad. Do that. Stop letting your ego get a hold of you. The only reason why you don't do it or you don't seek it out is because your own fucking ego and pride. Get over it. Like, go look in the mirror, go look at yourself and just like, do you go like, my bank account is fuck yeah? Or is it, oh fuck? Is my body like fuck yeah? Is it like, oh fuck? Is my relationship like fuck yeah? Or is it like, oh damn? Well then change it. And the only way you're gonna do that is by surrounding yourself with those guys that are living that way. The Agoge exists because strong men need communities. And I knew that because I lacked one myself when I left special operations. So I created the Agoge specifically for that, to help men rise up. And then number 4, take full fucking responsibility for your life. No more blaming, no more excuses, no more comparisons. You take extreme ownership. Your success, your strength, your leadership is all on you, motherfucker. So do it, period. Number 5 is master your emotions. Master your emotions. Weak men lash out. They complain. They play the fucking victim. Strong men focus on what they're executing, what they're building. They stay disciplined and they stay in control of their life. Period. Do those 5 things. If you made it to the end of this video, holy shit, you're still watching. You do have a choice, man. You guys do have a choice. Nothing is ever forever, right? You have the ability to change. You have the ability to grow, period. You can stay weak and stay in the same cycle, excuses, laziness, bullshit, and avoidance or whatever, or you can step up and take fucking control of your life and start becoming the man that you are meant to be. And if you don't, like, I'm not telling you have to join the Agoge, but if you want to join the Agoge, then get in. Stop having the ego. Stop rimming your hands and like, oh, one day I'll do this and I'll do it myself. You can't. If you could do it yourself, you would have already done it by now. Have someone hold you accountable. Guys, I'm done ranting. Brandon's over here laughing at me. Drop a comment in the video, in the comment section. What's your first thing that you are going to change today? All right. Commit to becoming stronger, not just existing. It's time to take back your masculinity and lead from the front. If you got value from this, if this is like, you touched you right in your head, you punched you right in the face, like this video, subscribe, hit that bell, and share this with another friend or man, because the reality is, if we want to make this country great, if we want to make our communities great, we want to make our families together, we need to start becoming stronger men together, and we need to rise up together. Remember, we are built by discipline. We are driven by purpose. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. Remember to like it. Remember to drop me a comment. I want to respond to it. I'm actually the one responding to the comments. And if you like this video, you're going to absolutely love this one right here.